'cause there ain't nothing to do. I'm so sick of TV, the old thing going on my tube. And I'm so sick of romance, and I'm sick of you. Wanna get on out of here, nothing to do. Get on out of here, there's something to do. Pushing it down. Don't nothing to do. I'm so sick of TV, the only boy I'm two. And I'm so sick of romance, and I'm sick of you. Gotta get on out of here, nothing to do. Get on out of here, that is something to do.
Well, we were together for a long time. Me and Johnny were together in a band, and then we met up with Stevie and Jimmy in a fight. We were playing a gig, and while we were on stage, Steve and Jimmy were trying to move it on our chicks. So we got sort of pissed off. We didn't fight, real bad, but after we found out they played in the band and all that, So we went back, put that band together, and then we broke up because we couldn't get any gigs. And then Stevie came to New York, and he called us. He said, meet us at the airport, So we did it.
A year and a half ago, we just got together, came to New York, and got a recording contract. And here we are, right?
We were also together about 2.5 years ago for the first time, the same members, but slightly different concept, doing pretty much the same material, with Steve doing pretty much the same stage show.
No, what we're doing ain't really destructive. It's, TV is that destructive, What we're doing on stage is just releasing a lot of energy, frustration, and, where's it best to do it, here or out in the streets, So that's how most of the kids get it out, They watch TV and they see the violence there and they get it out of them that way. But it's not full like you can here. Here you can break a bottle or jump around or something like that, or just watch us get it out for you. So really, what we're doing is really healthy.
I don't think the act is threatening, but I think that there will be a certain amount of misunderstanding on the part of the audience, which we don't really run into here in New York, to where they think that we're trying to, get them to kill themselves and all that, and it's not what it's all about. We're out to have fun. When Steve does what he does on stage, he enjoys people to laugh, He doesn't feel slighted by it. It's all in the spirit of having fun, and we want people to be able to vent out their frustrations and angers and violence, but not on each other.
Oh, it's like music where we play. It's like it's our real release of all our meaner emotions. So it's aggressive because we don't like a lot of things, and fuck them if they can't take a joke.
They go something like, "I don't need no mom and dad. I don't need no human race. I don't need no pretty face." That's pretty much, I think, the feelings that all teenagers share, but in certain individuals they surface more, and in others they're totally repressed. I think it's just like, we weren't out to write an anthem or anything like that. That'd be ridiculous. But it's pretty much what I think the kids in all generations, to my knowledge, have always had on their minds: alienation, when you don't know where you don't know where the hell you're going to go, what you're going to do. You know that you're going to end up with some kind of a job which you might not want. You just alienation, total alienation. And that song is about saying, well, all the people that are being stuffed down my throat, I'm not going to take it anymore. I don't want it.
What about musical roots? Other musicians or groups that might have influenced you over the years?
My biggest influence would be Keith Moon, as far as drums are concerned, but overall music would be Stooges, MC5, Detroit.
Favorite male singer? I like Iggy a lot. His lyrics are good. His performance was really good. I'd probably say him, My favorite group's probably New York Dolls. I liked them a lot. I liked most of Iggy's bands, especially the early Stooges. They were really good. I like real early Stones, They were good. Paul Revere and the Raiders were neat. I like them. And I don't know.
What kind of places would you like to be playing?
I still like to play the clubs because, I like to have people in front, and I like it small because you could feel it more, When you're on a big stage, every place is the same, and there's no audience contact. It's like you're playing before a bunch of lights, and there's just no warmth there, It's sort of like masturbating, You aren't really getting it off with the audience, but when you're here, you got them breathing down your throat, and you can jump on them if you want, And there ain't that, star thing, where, yeah, I'm cool, I'm separated from you, don't touch me. It's like they can just jump up and grab you anytime. That's what's nice,
Still, believe it or not, even though the bread ain't that good, I'd like to be playing clubs, because clubs are the only there's a magic occurrence that can only happen in a club situation. That very seldom happens in a large hall. And you know, I just like to be playing music. As long as I'm playing music, I'm happy. If this is still going on a year from now, I'll be more than happy.
I just don't want to be bored a year from now. You know, so I don't think about the future too much. You know, 'cause I figure, you know, if I think about it and I know it's coming, I won't enjoy what I'm doing now. You know, so.
I don't know. There's nothing better to do, you know. It's either do this or something equally ridiculous, like work in a factory, or you know. This way, at least I see some kind of future in this shit, you know. But otherwise, they might as well be punching a time clock or something, you know.
Haul equipment, drive the truck, make sure everything runs smooth on stage, and kind of protect the boys if anything comes up. I believe they're going to be the #1 new wave band in America and probably the world. I got confidence.
What kind of girls do you like?
All kinds. Ones that like to fuck and then they leave in the morning. I don't like girls that hang around me all day. I hate that.
My real name is Eugene Richard O'Connor. Proud Irish name. My life in 1977 was sleep till 1 o'clock, grab breakfast, take whatever drugs were around, hang, you know, depending on if I had a gig or not. You know, if we had a gig, I just grabbed my bag and went out the door. We went to the show. If I didn't have a gig, I went down to CBGB's and hung out there. We didn't really have much of a life in 1977 when it was the Dead Boys. It was either you were either playing or you weren't, you know, and half the time you were surprised if you weren't. So we were very busy in that period. Being the Dead Boys was the full-time gig, and there was no money in it at first. We lived on, I think we got $5 a day each, which basically gave us like a pack of cigarettes and a slice of pizza. And in the early days, we were living in this place on East 9th Street, 109 East 9th Street. I forget the apartment number, but it was a railroad flat, and there was just all mattresses on the floor. And I used to come home at night, and if I was lucky enough to get a bed, I'd sleep in a bed. Otherwise, I would take off my motorcycle jacket and throw it all over me. And this is in the winter. Had good steam heat, though. And I would use the phone book for the pillow. I'd throw a T-shirt on top of the phone book, and that'd be where I slept. And that went on for 6 months. And we used to, actually, when we'd be out at CB's hanging out, we would look and see where the other guys were, and I'd be, okay, it's getting late, I think I'll sneak home and to get a bed. It was like that. We had the band, the roadies, everybody in that apartment. You got Guinness or Murphy's? Yeah, give me a Guinness. Man. I mean, you had every night at CBGB's there was a show. There was you had bands from England coming over. You had new bands from New York coming out. There was always something going on down there, and it's like, you know, the only thing I could compare it to would be like the 60s, where it was like, you know, it was like the hippie thing all over again, except with punks. And that was the beauty of CBGB's. It was kind of a mecca for people that were misunderstood at home. And later it popped up in California, and each city developed their own little scene eventually. But before that, there was nothing. It was a wasteland. And they swarmed there from all over the world. You know, they got their audition and they either made it, and a lot of them made it, a lot of them didn't. What do I think the Dead Boys were? Volume, speed, action, light, frustration, beer, all of it together in one place. Well, I think first and foremost, people should know that we were a live band, and that young, loud, and snotty. We had never been in a recording studio before, and Genya Raven did a great job of capturing it, and we frustrated the hell out of her. It was supposed to be recorded. It was supposed to be our demo tape, and it ended up being our first album. The second album, we had a high-dollar producer, and it died. I mean, we weren't. I wasn't into it in the studio when I was doing it, and I'd always thought that we should do the second album live because we were a live band, do all new songs but do them live, you know, and that didn't fly. So first and foremost, we were a live act, you know, and we just wanted to be fun. We just wanted to have fun. We wanted the kid to have fun. We never thought of it more than that. Of course, obviously, we wanted to make a weekly wage from it, but, you know, that wasn't, you know, the money wasn't the impetus for us doing it. It was more just the music. Well, I would hope the legacy of the Dead Boys would be to inspire other people to get out there and get their ass in the grass and do it. As far as what it is, I think we've pretty well accomplished that. I just wish we could have been around long enough to make sure Limp Bizkit didn't exist, you know? But, oh well, they do. As far as a reunion or anything like that, I couldn't do it without Steve, and there is no other singer. I've been offered money to do it with other singers, and I couldn't do it. Steve was my brother, and there's no way in hell that it wouldn't be the Dead Boys without Steve. And there's no reason to do it. There'll be one more reunion, and that's not going to be on this planet. Yeah, I remember because we were really excited about the show and the fact that they were filming it. It was supposed to be, I think it was originally for 60 Minutes for NBC. And, on the one thing, I think Mike Wallace did the narration for it and everything like that. And they had all these lights. I just remember there's one gig, it was the first time we'd ever been really filmed. And we came out on stage, and there was more lights coming at us than there was good. You know, it was almost, you know, ladies and gentlemen, the Dead Boys, and then blah, we were blinded. And it was about the third song before I stopped seeing spots in front of my eyes. You know, I had to say that one band that changed my life was Sensational Alex Harvey Band. They came out, and I know this is true of other members of the band. And they put on a damn show, and they were different. They could do anything, and they had their audience in the palm of their hand right from the top, and they were great. And they were a big influence on us. And Alice Cooper, another one. Iggy and the Stooges, I only got to see them once, and wasn't their best show, but they, you know, those three bands probably would be the ones. For me, personally, Alex, the most. A book that influenced my life, so many. I couldn't pick one. Movie, back then, probably Death Race 2000. You know, I mean, I was a moron back then. So it was like, you want to hear about somebody crapping in an envelope and throwing it outside Iggy's door? I mean, you know, singer jumping out of the car and getting on the roof while I was sleeping in the passenger seat, and then banging on the roof so I would wake up and catch it before I hit something. There's, you know, the piston in the ice machines. There's me all coked out 5 in the morning, crawling down the hotel thing with fishing wire, tying the doorknobs together and then ringing the fire alarm. We had a lot of fun. It was, you know, we were nuts. It was a special time, and it'll never be again. I could keep going, you know. Intimidated by another band? Hell no. No reason to be. We blew everybody off the fucking stage. Except the Ramones. They could always follow us. Ramones could always follow us, but everybody else, fuck them.
Now on their second national tour, astounding crowds from New York to California, the most exciting, outrageous band in the United States today, Sire Warner recording artist The Dead Boys. Critics say Dead Boys are the most powerful form of rock ritual since Beatlemania. Relentless, thrilling, fascinating, and absorbing rock concept. Rolling Stone says Dead Boys are the best band to emerge from American punk, a great rock and roll band. See The Dead Boys live.
Crazy baby, crazy baby.
When I look at these tapes, and especially tracks like Sonic Reducer now, nearly 30 years after shooting them, I can remember thinking the Dead Boys, at least for some brief period of time, were the greatest rock band on earth. I still feel that way. In those days, we didn't have video equipment anything like there is today. You had to have tons of light, cabling, power, and the cameras were huge, heavy, and barely portable. Getting all the stuff into CBs was a big deal. And as the tapes will show, we lost power and blew out tubes multiple times throughout the shoot. Some things really are just too good to last. They are, in a sense, so intense they necessarily burn out fast. Steve himself barely reached his 40th birthday. His attitude and stage presence to me were unmatched at his peak. Cheetah was a great guitarist, Johnny a complete powerhouse on drums, and the whole band really was phenomenal. But they just couldn't hold together. The year after these tapes were shot, and I put together the plasmatics with and around Wendy O. Williams, and her career itself exploded. Steve, the Dead Boys No More, would always come and visit us backstage after our shows, in LA, and later a number of times in London. It was always great to see him. Steve and the Dead Boys are missed. I'm really glad that we shot these tapes, hung on to them, and we're able to restore them sufficiently, I hope, so that others today, in a world that seems more and more comprised of formula and poser bands, can share this experience and see instead what the real deal was about. The incredible, phenomenal Dead Boys.
My name is Hilly Crystal. I discovered the Dead Boys, or they discovered me. Actually, it was Joey Ramone who was astounded by this band he heard. He said he gave them my number and they're going to be in touch. He said, you got to see them, they're great. They came and they asked for a gig, and they were very polite young men from Cleveland area, Cleveland, Ohio. And they said, yes sir, no sir. These were punks. Well, they were unusual. They didn't have the typical New York flavor. 4 nice guys. There were 4 of them then. Jeff Magnum had not come on board, so they were playing without a bass player. There was Steve Bators, the leader, singer. Cheetah Chrome, Jimmy Zero, and Johnny Blitz. Very appropriate names. And they played for me in, I don't remember, 77, sometime in 77, I believe, 1977. And they were great. Without a bass player, they were still great. When I heard them and saw them, I was really astounded. Steve was, people used to say that he reminded them of Iggy Pop. He wasn't really like Iggy. I think he moved around a lot. He was absolutely crazy on stage, and Cheetah Chrome was really a great guitarist, and still is, by the way, but a great guitarist who just filled the whole guitar line. I mean, it was just so strong and so powerful. And Jimmy was a very, very good rhythm guitarist, and Johnny Blitz played the drums very powerful, spare, never overplayed, and the whole group together sounded as if it was 6 or 7 pieces all playing perfectly. It was such a big sound. It almost seemed so loud, and yet it wasn't loud. It was just a big, hard, energetic sound. And of course they moved. They never stopped moving on stage. And the lyrics were very appropriate for young kids, out of Cleveland. Cleveland, you know, many, many years ago, had been about 1 million people, and I think a lot of the young people through the years left Cleveland, and because there was no future there. And I think the Dead Boys, to me, most typified what was going on in the UK. No future, nothing to do. It was not the place for them, and this is what's reflected in their lyrics. They used to come drive all the way down in their van from Cleveland, mooning everybody. That was Steve doing the mooning. Anyway, they'd come down, play the gig, and go back that night until after a few gigs, when they started developing a following, they had a place to stay, so they'd stay for a day or two. That was the beginning. After about 2-3 months, about the third or fourth gig, I talked to them. I said, I know I can get you a record contract. I did. I got a producer, a tough broad by the name of Genya Raven, wonderful producer, had a great sense of humor, and she could control them. I found out later they were being very nice the first time they met me, even the second time, and then they kind of got to be the real Dead Boys, as we all knew and loved, and still do. We went into a studio, Electric Lady. It was a good studio, Jimi Hendrix's studio, and they were very happy about that because it's great to be recording your first album in Jimi Hendrix studio. They were such good musicians, it was quite easy. We got Bob Clearmountain, who became a wonderful producer. He was a good engineer then, and he played the bass. This is before Jeff Magnum. So he played the bass on the first album. The second album, Jeff came along. Well, the sessions were not to be believed. Seymour Stein of Sire Records heard them, loved it, and he signed them. And the next thing is the record came out, which is Young and Snotty. When I recorded them, we put them on tour, did a video, some of what you see here. From the video, we made little half-minute spots that I put on all the local TV stations so people, nobody ever heard of them, but people would know who they are. At that point, back in 77, 78, radio was still not playing very much new music. Even the Ramones were accepted, but still having a tough time with our radio stations here. I bought time on local TV wherever we went, and so they started to get a following even before they came to the different cities. And I had them tour around the country, and it ended up that we sold quite a lot of records, and it worked out very well. The band did stay together only about 3 years or so, and they were an angry band who became like underground rock and roll heroes. They had a lot of discord between them at various times, and there was the usual, well, not always, but in this case, some drugs got into it, fostered by, I hate to say, or, different record company people on the road, which did happen quite a bit throughout the record industry at that time. And I couldn't control it, and of course, they were taking them out, whining and dining them. They, the local PR radio people loved them. So it became a problem, and it became a problem mostly to them. So at some point after their second album, I decided I just couldn't deal with it anymore. I didn't want to deal with people who did it the way they wanted, and drugs and everything, and they were just, as I say, living their rock and roll dream, I guess, at that point. Subsequently, Steve joined with one of the Damned and some others, the Lords of the New Church. Johnny Blitz, I won't give you their whole history. That should basically be a book at some point. But a lot of things happened in those 3 years. But Johnny Blitz went to Canada. Jimmy went back home to Cleveland. Cheetah stayed here in New York. And I've got to say at this point, he is the real survivor, a person who got down so low. He had so many friends, and of course, friends in the street give you what they think you want, which is drugs, drugs, drugs. And Cheetah was walking into walls, literally. And he's one person I have a lot of respect for because he got out of it through his own will. A little help from Genya and I, but basically he wanted out and he conquered it. And so he's alive today, and has his own band. It's wonderful. The whole band, though, was probably the most exciting band I've ever seen live. I hope you enjoy this. CBGB is very, very proud to present the Dead Boys on this wonderful video.